they've been asking me when is he fighting next. When is he gonna fight next? I mean, they know when he's fighting, but they're asking me what time is it gonna be, what channel. I think if you're in Nigeria, you cannot really watch it, guys. I have to say that if you're in Nigeria, you cannot watch it because there's actually there is no channel there that is going to heard about. Okay. However, because of how good I am, how supportive I am, you guys are going to have to follow me on Instagram and message me there. For those of you guys who are gonna watch in Nigeria, because I'm going to pay for it. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to pay for it because I need to support our brother the same way because remember, not only Deontay is not the only one on the card. Afia Jagba is on the card. So for us that are able to pay for it, we'll pay for it. I'll pay for it, support them financially. But I know in Nigeria, there is no channel, no platform is going to head about. Okay, so I'm gonna bless you guys with something. Okay, for those of you guys who want to watch the fight in Nigeria or somewhere else that where the territory there's that no channel, no platform it has the rights to head about, or the platform didn't take it, just let me know and write me on Instagram. Follow me there when Instagram is back on track, because right now Instagram is down. And then I will try bless you guys. Don't worry, guys, no problem about that. Now let's get to it. Nigerians supporting Deontay Wilder. What does this mean? This means that by the time Wilder goes to Nigeria, win, lose or draw, Wilder is going to be accepted. Okay, especially going to his roots. He said he's come out to say he's from the Do tribe. He say he's from the same tribe as me. And he's going to Benin City, where he's going to learn about the history and his origin and so many things. And looking at Wilder tends to come from a warrior lineage. Okay, I come from the first royal dynasty. That's the Ogisa dynasty. Back in the days, it was known as Igodomigo at that time, not as Benin City or so. So that's where my I come from, and my forefather Pa Ogbede, ruled Igodomigodo in the year 432 AD. That's like about 1,589 years and 10 months now. So Wilder comes from a warrior lineage, I believe maybe from I don't know, man, could be from the Ezomo family in a way, like they're all beloved warriors in it. And of course, historically, within our kingdom, they don't sell our people, but there are some were taken away. We're fighting imperialism in a way. So I think Wilder comes from the lineage, and that should even make him more proud, because there are lots of people, there are lots of warriors, from Benin that resisted colonialism, the imperialistic mindset of the Europeans. Now, that aside, so Wilder, has identified with Nigeria, and we Nigerians, I accept him, I support him. Of course, if he does something that I don't like, I will still, of course, criticize him. He's part of the things you do. I'm a Joshua fan. I've criticized Joshua before, and I will do it again. If he messes up, it's just what it is. I'm not gonna, because you're Nigerian, just don't say anything. If you just don't criticize you when you know you're wrong. So it's one of those things. We're not perfect. So this Nigerian celebrity came across Wilder's video where Wilder said, listen, he's going to decapitate Tyson Fury. And this Nigerian celebrity say, well, there's a reason why I don't like Deontay Wilder. Like, I'm not fond of Wilder that much, because he always talks about, taking people out, like kind of killing people in a way. I'm like, okay, he's not saying this good. Like this is, he has to be confident as a fighter. I think in Nigeria, we have this culture of being humble, even though we have some sort of, we have a lot of, rugged people among us as well. But we have this culture of like being humble, like Anthony Joshua, this kind of stuff. We like that. We like people that are very humble. Water is very humble, but the fighting game is not made for weak-minded people. That's why you see Water speak the way he speak. Okay, of course there are some things that he said in the past that when he said he want to take a body, he wants a body in his record. I don't think that's nice. However, that's the bronze bomber speaking, not Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder is one of the quietest guy in the globe. Very silent, doesn't talk too much, always mind his business. While the bronze bomber is the one hungry for blood, and when a bronze bomber is in the ring, all he cares about is taking people out. Because anyway, being a boxer, you're basically signing your life away. Like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Because boxing is not a joke, it's not a game. You can get killed. You saw what happened. So what happened to a lot of fighters, and what happened also in last weekend. When Callum Smith, almost I don't know, man. He knocked that guy out, Castillo, to a stretcher. So that just shows you that boxing is not a joke. Okay, it's not a joke. So it's just what happens. No, that's 2 weeks ago now. 2 weeks ago, yeah, 2 weeks ago, I guess. Now, let's get to the tail of the tape. Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. Wilder is in a massive good shape. The last time Wilder was in this shape was in 2019 when he fought Luis Ortiz in a rematch. And when you look at that fight, I rewatched that fight last night. I was very impressed with Wilder, even though of course you can see that his skill set is still very much he still lack a lot of things, But that fight showed me that Wilder is a very patient man, and he's working on some things. This time around, according to what I've been told, Wilder is coming into this fight with a game plan, not just coming in to win, but coming in with a game plan and with intention of taking Tyson Fury out cold, knocking him out cold. That's the thing. Listen, that is scary, because a fundamentally sound Deontay Wilder is a super dangerous Deontay Wilder. Is a Wilder that has to be feared. Is a Wilder that can take your head off. Is a Wilder that you shouldn't pray to meet in the ring. Right now, we look at Tyson Fury, what he said and everything, what he's been working on. We look at his boxing fundamentals. We say, well, that's good. He's a great, no doubt. Tyson Fury is a great boxer, no doubt. Okay. However, I think this fight is going to prove a lot. Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder will land on Tyson Fury and will apply pressure, but like the pressure without leaving himself open. Okay, because Wilder tends to sometimes when Wilder is fighting, he tends to leave himself open, but he's going to apply pressure, carefully, and not leave himself wide open to get countered. It's one of those that's going to happen. There are two. Roland Curtis for the super chat. He says, nobody thought that out of all four major heavyweight Nigerian boxers, Wilder, Joshua, Jagba, and Joyce, that Wilder would identify his specific tribe. Well, Joshua is Yoruba by tribe, his that is. So if he's identified with that, long time ago. Ajagba is Urobo, by tribe, and Joe Joyce is Igbo by tribe. Like from his dad, Joe Joyce's dad is from Scotland. His mom is Nigerian, born in UK. So Joe Joyce is Igbo by tribe. Half Igbo. Wilder. Yeah, the thing is that if you look at these four fighters right now, Wilder, Joshua, Jagba, and Joyce, the more Wilder is more outspoken because Wilder grew up in a system where he encountered racism every day. I have to tell you, I'm not American. I didn't know much about Alabama story, the history of Alabama, until I read about it, and it was very sad to read. But that's why after after that's why I don't really criticize water like that. I don't criticize water anymore. I'm not going to criticize the Nigerian brother for sure. Of course, when he does something wrong, I will, but I'm not going to just start bashing him like that. No, you have to look at his background and his upbringing. Like, he comes from a Christian home. His dad is a pastor. Okay, he's of course he's a believer in Christ. However, when he look around, when he looks around his environment, he sees so many hatred. He see people disorganized. He see that, his kind are targeted, are mainly targeted. Wada comes from a lineage where, like his ancestors, were enslaved. So you have to look at the constant discrimination that a lot of the African Americans from the south side, southern part of America face. So I did not understand, because we Nigerians we suffer from a lot of things, but minus racism. Okay, I cannot tell you that. I'll tell you right now. Me speaking right now, I did not even know what racism was. Okay, until I stepped outside Nigeria, until I was in the Western world, I didn't know what racism was. I didn't know I looked different from other people. I didn't even see that something me used to, until I stepped outside and I was told that, oh, I'm black. I'm black, and then this is white. This one is. I didn't know that. The Western world made me realize that I'm different. Okay, I'm not like I'm what I am. So, but we didn't see that as I didn't see it as that. Although, in my history, where I'm from, like if you look at the history of Benin, in 1897, like when the British people, came and waged war on the Benin City, and they burned it down, burned it to the ground, burnt everything. The civilization took away our artifacts. These are the artifacts you find, the Benin bronzes you find everywhere in the Western Museum. If you go to the UK, it's all over there in the UK. Even you can even see it on Black Panther. You saw Black Panther, the beginning of it, and like it's everywhere in New York, in Germany, in Austria, in Australia. So now, and some people that I know, people from my family, like it's like, let's say my granddad, before he passed away, when he see someone of a different skin tone, especially from the people from like, he basically think they're invaders. So my generation is different. We grew up not just kind of like not really trying to associate people with how they look and just look at them as human beings. But when I stepped outside Nigeria, I got to understand that, whoa, I'm black, like, like I didn't know that. I had to step out before I knew that. I have to step out in the Western world before I knew that, So, but in Africa we have different we have different ideologies. For example, someone from South Africa has a different experience than to someone from Botswana, or someone from Namibia, or someone from Mozambique, or the Congo, Nigeria, Cameroon. So we all have our different experiences, So but the difference is that water come from a lineage where, especially from location like Alabama, where racism is very persistent there. So many things happening there. So I did not understand water like that. I just saw him as a person that talks so much, person that's always that has got hate in his heart. But when I began to read more about his ways, like where he was born in Alabama, I was like, wow, this guy has been through a lot growing up. I mean, if I was in the same position, I would say the same thing. So that's why water is more like, let's say now, water is more outspoken than to Joshua. Water is more outspoken than if you're Jagba. Water is more outspoken than Joe Joyce. He will ever be more outspoken than them, because water has experienced things that neither Joshua, Joyce, or Ajagba experienced. Ajagba experienced a different kind of thing when he had a different experience when he was home. Like I grew up in Nigeria. I grew up in a street where I had to survive. That's what the same as Jagba, like a Jagba, okay, same category. But I didn't grow up knowing, suffering racism, you know, like I didn't grow up like that, you know. So you don't really understand the history of someone until you read about it and try to learn more about it, instead of just being ignorant and say, oh, you're an American, so that's all, you're born American. No, being born America is not a privilege. That is not a privilege. Doesn't mean that now you don't, like, you have everything easy. No, it means that you might at some point have something easy, have easy access to some things, but the racism experience is still very much there. You know, it doesn't go away. So I understood Water. So I'm so glad that Water and fight with his roots, and Water wants to reconnect, and he's actually one of those African Americans that's very, you know, very expressive and very open-minded, very the guy is eager to learn about his origin. So that's something that I really appreciate. Yeah. I know that, bro. So now the tail of the tape. The tail of the tape. Let's look at it right now. So Fury is 32 years old. Water is 35. Fury has 31 fights. Water has 44 fights. Fury has 30 wins. Water has 42 wins. Water has 42 wins. Fury has 21 knockouts. Water has 41 knockouts. Fury is 6'9". Water is 6'7". Now, the thing is that you look at the reach, 85 inch and 83 inch. You look at the reach. This is a big thing right here. Fury, with his reach, knows how to control the distance. Water with his reach knows how to do the same, but he tends to, when Water is trying to control the distance, he tends to leave himself open. Here's why this third fight is going to show a lot, because Water, according to what I've heard so far, Water has been doing a lot of research. He's been learning on the job. Of course, he's not going to be Muhammad Ali. He's a different beast on his own. For someone to have 41 knockouts, I know that the opponent is fought. Like, you might say, well, he's only fought two guys, Fury and Luis Ortiz. However, it is not easy to knock out bombs either. Like, not everybody can knock out. Like some people, they might have the power, but they might not know how to use it. So Water, after giving props for mastering, that right hand. However, in this field right now, that right hand is not going to get him the win. Of course, what's going to get him the win is him knowing how to set it up, because anybody can have a right hand, but it is all about how you throw it, So like I said, anybody can have a right hand. It's all about how you throw it. So both guys are orthodox, Gypsy King, nicknamed Gypsy King, and Bronze Bomber, English, nationality English American. So we are seeing so many advantages for Deontay Wilder now. What does Deontay Wilder need? What does he need to win this fight? Wilder need one thing. That is setting up the right hand properly. Setting up the right hand properly. Setting it up properly. Because you can have a right hand. You can have a right hand. You can know how to throw it, like to knock other people out, other less experienced, fighters out, or less less equipped fighters out. However, when you find a guy like Tyson Fury, you've got to set it up. You've got to set it up properly. You've got to use the jab to set it up. If you look at Wilder fight against, let's say, Arthur Speaker, you saw what he did. You saw what he did in that fight. Of course, he was losing that fight. He lost a lot of rounds on that fight. But what he did to get that knockout is what matters. Go watch it back. If I play, I won't play it now. But if I play it now, YouTube might give me a copyright strike. I don't own the rights to the footage. So PVC might just take it down. So I'd love to play it though, so that you guys can see what I'm saying. So now Wilder must go to the body of Fury, and if he's going to the body of Fury, he has to hide it properly. Not just like the way he was trying to do it, like when he was like trying to test Fury out, threw some to the body, some left jab to the body. No. You have to take it to Fury on the inside. Maybe hug him a little bit. While you're hugging him, Fury is a dirty fighter. Okay, Fury is a dirty fighter. Fury can never fight you clean if he knows you've got a weapon that can take him out. Listen, Fury can never, like I repeat, Fury can never fight you clean if he knows you've got a weapon that can take him out of his game. Wilder has a weapon that can take Fury out of his game, which is the right hand, but he got to know how to use that right hand properly. And that is by going close to Fury, trying to fight him on the inside, land some good body punch. Make sure you weaken Fury to the body, because listen, I have to bring Joshua in here. I rewatched that Joshua fight for the 50th time. Joshua was at class in that fight. Joshua's got a goose, but he allowed himself to be at class because he was not willing to take the risk. He didn't want to take it to the inside. If Joshua had taken that fight to Usyk, fight him on the inside, not just like taking it there and try, not like going on the inside and try to exchange with Usyk, no, but taking it on the inside. And you saw what he did. When Usyk was there was a time in that in that fight when Usyk was trying to walk Joshua down, and Joshua stopped him with an uppercut to the body. That's the first time I saw Joshua throw an uppercut to the body. The first time ever I saw Joshua do that. And he did. When Joshua did that, Usyk was surprised and felt it. He moved back quickly. What did Joshua do? Joshua just allowed him to recover, and Joshua did not follow up. He was scared to get hit. So Joshua made a big mistake. So I hope Deontay Wilder don't make the same mistake, because Wilder has got the tools now to beat Fury, but he's got to know how to disguise those tools, so that Fury doesn't capitalize on Wilder's weakness. That is one thing we have to look at. I'm supporting Wilder to beat Fury. Win, lose or draw, I will support Deontay Wilder. He's my Nigerian brother. He's openly declared that he's Nigerian. He's declared that he's from the Great Benin Empire, he's an Edo blood. I will support him, win, lose or draw. However, I think this is a fight he can win. Fury is not a good fight. Fury is a great boxer, but he's not a good fighter. I repeat, Fury is a good boxer, but he's not a great fighter. Okay, he's a good boxer, but not a good fighter. Fury uses a lot of dirty tactics to get you out of your game. That's what he does. When Fury pushes, sorry guys, when Fury pushes you, because I watched the Vladimir Klitschko fight the other day. I watched it, Klitschko versus Fury. Bro, Fury, Vladimir Klitschko was taken out of his game by Fury's trickiness. Fury used a lot of dirty tactics there. He didn't fight clean against Klitschko. Joshua fought too clean. Joshua Klitschko was a clean fight. There was no dirty tactics, except I say maybe the uppercut that Joshua landed that actually took Klitschko out of his game, and which ended up stopping him. But Joshua did not use in majority of the fight. Joshua didn't use the dirty tactics. Why Fury, on the other hand, that guy is known for it. He's a real dirty fighter. That guy, he will elbow you. He will punch you to your nuts. This guy will use his head, everything to make sure that that he gets you out of his game. Yeah, I understand. Lukan is saying you're not talking about Klitschko dirty tactics. Yeah, we know Klitschko has it as well, but I'm just saying that in the Klitschko Joshua fight, like, the fight was clean. Klitschko didn't do that. He couldn't do it because Joshua was very big then, and Joshua was not scared to get hit. But now the Joshua that fought Usyk is scared to get hit. He's lost the savageness that he had, all gone. I don't know how he's gonna get it back, because I spoke to a boxing expert, an insider yesterday. He was telling me that Joshua needs to get his that savage spirit back. But if he doesn't get it back, he's not beating Usyk. 1 million. He might fight Usyk 1 million times. He's not beating Usyk if he doesn't get his savage back. So he needs to get that spirit back, and I know he has it in him, because that's what got him to the top. So why leave what got you to the top? At a time where you need it the most. So it's just one of the things that happens. I guess money and maybe the injury that he sustained. Some people say, well, I mean, no fighter goes to a fight without an injury. Every fighter has some sort of injury when they go to a fight. So I just one of those things. But some injury are more than others. So just what happens. So like I was saying, WADA has to use WADA also. Let's say I would say WADA has to use some form of dirty tactics as well. WADA must not fight clean. If he fight Fury clean, Fury will take him out of his game. The game plan they had, they would take him out of his game, and WADA would start swinging for the head, and Fury then capitalize on it and maybe hot WADA. So WADA don't have to fight Tyson Fury clean. He must not fight Fury clean, except maybe Fury come into this fight and want to box clean, because remember, Fury is saying that he's not a drug shit, but we've seen what happened. Okay, we've seen what happened. We've seen the gloves gate. We've seen, like, I remember there was a fight. One of his fights when the referee cautioned him to go and wear his gloves properly, to wear his gloves properly, because this guy was like, his gloves was hanging. This guy he see himself as a giant and try to take advantage of that, try to use some dirty tactics to take advantage of that. That's one of those things that this guy does. I've noticed it. So WADA must not fight Fury clean. Okay, he must not fight Fury clean, except Fury fights WADA clean. Other than that, he must not fight, but if he does that, Fury is going to take him out of his game. Okay, if he fights Fury clean, Fury is going to take him out of his game. Fury is going to come with, like, he's going to throw some elbows. He's going to even use his head. He's going to hit WADA to his nuts. He is going to do everything possible. So WADA is going to, what WADA will do, go inside on Fury, like hit his body, hit his nuts, hit his hand, hit everywhere you get, like the way Canelo fought Callum Smith. Go in there, hit anywhere you can. Don't even care about referee. The referee are going to be supporting Fury regardless, So hit him anywhere you can get him, and also know how to disguise the right hand, because that right hand, no matter what people will say, no matter what Team Fury will say, oh, this guy is always got right hand. They are still scared of that right hand. WADA has got one of the most devastating right hands in the history of the sport. Okay, Water's right hand is not ordinary. Okay, is extraordinary. That guy has a divine right hand, a right hand that can send you to the afterlife. Okay, that's one of the things he has. So he needs to know how to disguise it, with a jab to the body, and maybe maybe use some Klitschko tactics as well. By the way, if you're watching this right now, please hit the like button right now, please. So I see Water winning this fight. I want Water to win. I'm supporting Water to win. But Fury is just too good of a boxer. I must admit it, he's very good as a boxer, but he's not a good fighter. So if Water can reopen Fury's card, Fury has a very soft skin. His skin is not strong like Water's. It's not strong at all. He has a very soft skin. So if Water can reopen Fury's card, or if he can do damage on him, I think Water will win the fight. Water will win it by KO, maybe 5-round KO. But Water has to know how to disguise his right hand and fight Fury dirty. No need to go in there and try, have a clean fight. No. Go in there and hit this guy anywhere you can. Just go in there and blast him out, if it's possible. I'm gonna be supporting him, and yeah. So let me read some chats. Some chats right here because you guys are in live. Shout out to my brother CMD Boxing Reports. Nice to have you here. Sorry, bro, my mic was I would have invited you in, but Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp is not working. I just don't know why. It's crazy though. Roland Curtis says, my heart. Roland Curtis says, Roland Curtis says, my heart says Water, and I'm rooting for him. But my head and recent memory says Fury, and then is Malik Scott versus the late Emmanuel Stewart's nephew. Well, that's true though. Yeah, I'm rooting for Water. I'm rooting for Water, win, lose or draw. I just think, right now he's more determined. Okay, and more hungry for the win. More hungry for revenge. And he's got a lot of doubters. A lot of people are not giving him a chance. I can understand that because, of course, Fury being the better boxer. However, Fury is not a better fighter. Fury is not the better fighter. He might be the better boxer, but he's not a better fighter. And Fury saying that, he's going to come in here and try to, he said he's going to run through Water. I think he will be surprised the way Water handles him. Like the way Water handles the pressure, the way Water will control Fury's tempo. I don't know what's new with Water's footwork. I don't know if he's worked more on it. Water has a good footwork. But it's not like that of Fury. Lucan says AJ needs to consult Alan Babish for savagery inspiration. Yes, AJ. Listen, AJ needs the heart of Alan Babish. Like he needs sparring, like sparring against Babish, or like a gladiatorial sparring against Babish, where either you kill me there or I kill you here. I don't know if Joshua still has that. Joshua is made a lot of money, so he's just one of those guys that will say, "Oh man, I've got this money now, and I'm not gonna risk myself, going, doing all that." Having all that hard sparring. Joshua doesn't have it anymore. But maybe in the rematch against Usyk, he will get it back. Maybe he will get it back. As of now, I don't know if Joshua still has it, because once you are scared to get hit, like if you're scared to get hit as a boxer, I don't think you should continue boxing. It just shows that your spirit is no longer there. Like, your determination is no longer there. You might be in good shape. Like, Joshua is always in good shape. He's never out of shape. However, is that savage spirit that he used to possess is no longer there because he's scared of getting hit now. Maybe in the rematch he's going to get it back, but even if he gets it back in the rematch, he has to take that into the undisputed fight, because against Wilder or Fury, let's say if Fury had fought Anthony Joshua, Fury would have stopped Joshua quicker. He would have stopped him very quick. I hate to say this, but he would have, because Joshua was not himself. Okay, he wasn't mentally there. He was scared to get hit. He didn't impose himself on Usyk. He didn't behave like the bigger man. So people say maybe it's the money. When you get the money, you get all the fame. So what do you want to risk your life of, going to war for? But real fighters go to war, regardless of the money. This is why you have to look at the likes of Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather has all this money, okay? But when it's time to fight, he fights. He doesn't, like, the guy he's not shy of fighting. He's not scared of getting hit. But it's one of those things that happens, when you have so many yes men. Joshua has so many yes men. So Joshua needs to go to America, go to somewhere like Big Bear, like just go there where nobody is there. Like, you don't have a lot of yes men behind you, just you and boxing, and your trainer and your team, people that really matters, just go there and train hard like a warrior that he is. Because Joshua is actually a warrior, but he's lost the warrior spirit now. He lost it, so he needs to get that back in order for him to succeed. Because he's not going to beat Fury. He's not going to outbox Fury. He's not going to outbox Fury. He's not going to outbox Usyk. Never. If he fights Usyk if he fights Usyk for 1,000 times, he can never outbox Usyk. Usyk is a supreme boxer, meaning, like, Usyk is more than a boxer. His skill set is just something else. To beat Usyk, you've got to impose your size on him. This is why, if, for example, Wilder fights Usyk, or let's say if Ajagba fights Usyk, they are not going to box with Usyk. They are going to fight him, impose their size on him. Really, like George West, for example. George West will also fight Usyk. He will not go there and box Usyk because he knows he's not going to win a boxing match. He's going to go in there and fight him. George Joyce is a savage. That guy is not human. Let's say the guy is not. I don't like that guy. The heart he has, and he's very relentless. And he keeps coming forward. The guy's chin is made out of iron. Okay, so you might hit a guy, hit him. He's still gonna come. He's still gonna keep coming back and taking punishment and walking you down, and not giving a fuck. It's just a fact. So that's someone that is still got a savage in him. If Ajagba still has savage in him, okay, Ajagba has improved as a boxer. He's going to improve you more, but that savage in Ajagba is still there. Okay, Deontay Wilder is a savage already. We know already. The guy has a lot of heart. He will never give up. Even the Fury second fight, when Fury, I was happy when Fury stopped Wilder. I mean, I was happy then. Because I felt like it was. At that time it was a battle between Team Joshua and Team Wilder. Like, I was supporting Joshua. I had to support Joshua. So, but I think Wilder now, reconnecting with his roots and being more quiet now and really learning on his craft. Wilder's a different person right now. Like, he's a different fighter, and it's gonna be very difficult to beat Wilder. I think Usyk, Fury would have to do more than I did last time to beat Wilder this time around. He's not just gonna go in there and do like a thing to do, like just think to do what he did before, like say, oh, I'm gonna walk this guy, I'm gonna walk forward and walk this guy down and stop him and use all those dirty tactics to stop him. No, he's not gonna work against Wilder this time around, because Wilder already knows what Fury is gonna bring into the table. So, well, this is the fight game right now. Anything can happen, and I'm really ready for it. I'm really ready for it. So, I would say, if Fury wins, it would be by decision this time around, and it's gonna be very slim, okay? Because Wilder is going to try to get Fury, okay? At the end of the day, Fury's team very, very much the better boxer. I can take that away from him. However, if Wilder makes this a fight, like they were like Otto Wallin, I don't want to compare to Deontay Wilder because Otto Wallin is very small, but he did give Fury a run for his money, okay, and he caught him, So, how did he do that? He made it a fight. He didn't go there to box Fury. He went there to fight. He fought Fury, and you see Fury almost lost a fight. So Wilder has got to fight Fury. No boxing, just go in there. You've got the heart. You've got the savage mentality as a fighter. You've got everything at your disposal to really beat up this guy, to go there and do like severe damage on this guy. So go in there, do your thing, and knock this guy out for America. When I mean America, I'm talking about the black Americans, okay? Knock him out for Nigerians, knock him out for Africa. Beat this guy up, and then come back home, and then receive ancestral blessings for your next fight. I saw a report today that Usyk said that he doesn't really care. He doesn't care who wins. He's ready to fight either Wilder or Fury. I was like, Usyk ever since he beat Joshua, this guy's been like thinking it's not the same Usyk that struggled against Michael Hunter, struggled against Derek Chisora. This guy, he thinks he's this he's this great fighter. Usyk is a good boxer. He's a supreme boxer, but he might have the slow, he's a Slavic guy. Slavic people, they always have that heart, but he's not a savage. Wilder is a savage. Fury is a boxer. He's a great boxer, but Wilder is a savage. Wilder will knock Usyk out cold. Wilder might get outboxed. He might get outboxed. He might get outboxed for, let's say, for the first 2, 3, 4 rounds. But for how long can Usyk do all those moving? Wilder will walk him down and knock him the spark out. That's what I see. Wilder will not be scared of getting hit like Joshua did. He will go in there and try and knock him out. Why Fury versus Usyk will be very boring. Fury Usyk will be the most boring heavyweight fight ever. Okay, the reason being that these guys are master boxers, so they will never go to war. It will just be it will Fury versus Usyk will be worse than Fury Klitschko. That's how bad it will be. Fury Usyk will be. So that's why I don't want to see Fury Usyk. I want to see Usyk versus Wilder, or Usyk versus Joshua versus Wilder. I think Joshua Wilder will be very, very interesting. I think will be more interesting, will be more intriguing. There will be a lot of drama in it, but all depends on that fight will be a good fight, but it all depends on Joshua. Because if Joshua is scared to get hit, against Wilder, it's gonna be a good night. I tell you that. It's gonna be a good night, bro. Because Wilder will only need one right hand, But if Joshua that savage that I know come out against Wilder, he's gonna be one great fight. Joshua might stop Wilder as well. He might be able to stop him. Because I'm telling you right now, Joshua is a skillful boxer and also a big puncher. However, he's lost the savage. So Joshua has to go get that savage back. I don't know where he kept it, where he kept the savage. Go get that savage back and get your throne back. Get your throne back and give us a good fight. I will be very disappointed to see Usyk Wilder. I like the fight. I will watch the fight. Undisputed. Oh, Usyk Fury. Oh my God, Usyk Fury will be the worst. I mean, if Usyk Fury happens, I don't know, man. I don't know if I can watch that fight. I mean, undisputed, but I would not be happy to watch that fight because I know these guys are not going to fight each other. They're going to box. Okay, box each other, and then they will boss to death, and especially Fury. Fury will use all those jerky movement, move around, like try to fight like Muhammad Ali, and before the fight is over. That's what he wrote. The fight will just be over before you know it, because the fight would be so boring. A lot of people would be like, they will boo the fighters, and then the heavyweight division will be in the hands of two boring fighters. Okay, because Usyk, as much as he's a great boxer, he's not a power puncher. He's not a knockout artist. He doesn't have knockouts that will make you say, whoa, that will make your jaw drops. He's not a guy like that. He's just a good supreme boxer, and that's it. So that's just what it is, man. Shout out to my brother Adewale. I wanted to call you, but my WhatsApp is not working, and my Facebook, the same thing. I don't know. Think they need to fix it. As it stands right now, I can't access my WhatsApp, Facebook, or Instagram. Let me see right now if it's working. Let me see. Let me see if it's working so I can. Hopefully it is. Let me see if it's working again. Well, it's not working, bro. It's like so. I know be disappointing, bro. So disappointing. It's not working, bro. I'll try to call you, bro. It's not going through. Not working. So Adewale says, shout out to my brother Adewale. He says, so he says, I respect your constructive criticism of AJ. AJ doesn't need yes men and extreme fanatics that sing his tune. He needs re-advice. Bomb Squad, hashtag Bomb Squad by Keho. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm like, how, you have to be constructive, of course, I'm not a fanboy of any fighter. I'm not a fanboy. I support Joshua the same way I support Water, the same way I support Joe Joyce, Ajagba, Rafa Bojari, soon Emmanuel Diase will be added to the heavyweight roster that we have. And so many other Nigerian fighters of Nigerian, origin, descent, we want to see Joshua Wilder. I really want to see Joshua Wilder. I want to see undisputed fight. But I don't even know if Joshua will win, if he will beat Usyk in the rematch. I don't even know, because I believe he can, but it's just that he needs to get rid of those yes men, bro. Those yes men, they have, they are not doing the right thing for him. Those yes men. Yeah, bro, like that's right. That's right. But that's right, bro. So Roland Curtis says, shout out to my brother Adewale for the special, by the way. I appreciate you, brother. Roland Curtis says, Efe Ajagba is definitely a savage. We can't forget that one boxer who saw the look of savagery in Efe's eyes when the bell rang. He calmly walked out of the ring and went home rather than face hell. You mean Curtis Harper? Yeah, Curtis Harper was like really scared of Efe Ajagba to the point where his wife or girlfriend, told Efe Ajagba to take it easy. At the press conference, his wife told his girlfriend, I don't know if it's his wife or girlfriend, told Ajagba, please take it easy on my man. Don't beat him up so bad. That shows Ajagba, has the tools, Of course, Ajagba as a boxer, he's improving. He knows he needs to improve. And I like what Ajagba is doing. Ajagba is a person. Why I like Ajagba a lot. Why I like Ajagba more than I don't really hate any other. I don't hate any boxer. I don't hate any Nigerian boxer, but there are just some. I don't want to mention their names, but like two of them that I feel like are coons, or the wannabe, or two no, or wannabe philanthropist, or wannabe Shakespeare, like two like that. I'm like, okay, like you say you. It's so funny, bro. If I even bring it up right now, like you guys will be surprised. Ajagba is one of those guys that when you tell him something, Ajagba is my guy. When I tell him, so when I talk to him, the guy he might not listen to you immediately, but he will go and assess what you've told him and see if he can work on it. And he will say, I'm working on it. Because the last time he fought, I saw like what I told him to do. I saw that he did it. I was like, wow. So Ajagba is a guy that like he love constructive criticism. That doesn't get to him because he wants to learn. He always rewatch his fight. So that's one of the things we have to look at for Ajagba. So Ajagba Frank Sanchez, Mike. Ajagba Frank Sanchez. That's also another fight that is good. Is on the Wilder Fury card. And that's a fight that, like right now, I have to tell you that my heart is beating right now as we speak. Like I'm literally like anxious, because that fight is a fight that is going to put Ajagba on the world map, on the world stage. And imagine that. Listen, I know Frank Sanchez is one hell of a boxer. He's like Usyk, he's highly skilled, very fast, quick with his hands. He's a boxing maestro as well. But I just feel like Ajagba will take the fight to Frank Sanchez. Maybe he's going to figure him out. Maybe he might use round 1 to 2 or 3 to figure him out, to see what Frank Sanchez does. Frank Sanchez is very dangerous in the early rounds, okay? But he will fade, And I don't want Ajagba to capitalize on Frank Sanchez fading before he knocks him out or stops him or walk through him. I think Ajagba has to take the fight to Frank Sanchez after he figures him out. After he figures him out, take the fight to him because you are the bigger guy. I saw Frank Sanchez one of his sparring with, and of course a long time ago, it's like 2 years now. So when he sparred Rafa Pajari, Frank Sanchez is very slick. He's a great counter puncher. He throws punches from angles that you don't expect because he's got that Cuban classic style. So Cubans are highly skilled fighters, no doubt about that. However, he can be beaten. And I believe the man to beat him is Ajagba right now. Of course, he's more experienced than Ajagba. He's got more boxing. He's had more than 300 amateur fights. So, of course, you can expect that. But I believe Ajagba's determination, his spirit, and Ajagba has that savage in him. That savage in Ajagba will come out. It will come out in that fight because Ajagba is going to be on the world stage. People from Nigeria are going to be watching that fight live and direct. Okay, Nigerians from all over the globe, will be watching that fight. Africans will be watching that fight. Lots of people watching that fight. Lots of eyes will be on that fight, and the fight is the co-main event. So that is a big chance for Ajagba to make a stand, to let the rest of the heavyweights know that listen, I am here. I am Efe Ajagba from Ughelli, Delta State, Nigeria, and I'm here to do damage. So when it does that, bro, listen. I said the other day that Ajagba beats Usyk. People were saying, why are you saying that? Ajagba is slow. He's this. Listen, Ajagba might not beat Usyk when it comes to a boxing match. Of course, Usyk is a supreme boxer. Even Fury is not a better boxer than Usyk. But Ajagba will not box Usyk. He will take the fight to him. It will be a fight that you will kill me. Both of us will die here. Ajagba has that heart. He's not scared to get hit. He's not lost to Savage. He's still there. The Savage is still within him. You know? So it will be a fight that Usyk will try to use his skill set, you know, his movement. Ajagba will catch him. And once Ajagba catches him, it's good night. That's just the fact, guys. You know, not two ways about it. It's just the fact. I mean, some of you might not believe it, but I'm just speaking my mind right now. So yeah, Ajagba has a 87-inch reach though. Ajagba has a longer reach than Tyson Fury. He has longer reach than Tyson Fury, so he has the longest reach in the heavyweight division. You know. So Ajagba is on the card. You know, Waters on the card. There are two Nigerians who I'm gonna be rooting for that night. And there's also Adam Konaki and Robert Elnius fight on the card. I think that would be a good fight. You know, I mean a Germanic versus Slavic. You know, Germanic versus Slavic. There's another war there. You know, both of them just like Germanic are strong people, like very strong-hearted people. You know, they don't give up. Slavic are warriors as well. So it's gonna be a good fight. And on the card, there's also this guy Jared Anderson versus I don't know who's fighting, but the guy's from Russia. So that's a natural Slavic warrior there. You know, why Jared Anderson is one of the top prospects right now in the heavyweight division. He's so slick. He's so good. His movement is so nice. That I already see that guy has the next big thing in America, in American boxing. However, I don't know, bro. There's just something that tells me if he steps up, you know, against the top dogs, like against, let's say, top tier, maybe second tier heavyweight, he might not be as effective like that. Because I noticed something about Anderson. He needs combination to knock you out. He don't have that one right hand in that one punch knockout like Ajagba. So I think if he had that, it would be a big threat, you know, combined with his boxing skills, you know, boxing skills and slickness and all this kind of stuff. So he doesn't have that, and I think that would be, well, that's one of the things he likes, you know. So let's just hope for the best, you know. Let's hope these guys get the win. I'll be rooting for Deontay, the bronze bomber water all day. I'll be rooting for Efe Ajagba, the silent beast Ajagba. Ajagba is no longer the one and only. He said his new nickname is the silent beast. So that is his new nickname. I'll be rooting for him. I'll be rooting for Deontay Wilder. And after the fight, I'm gonna listen. We're gonna be going live. You're talking about this fight throughout this week, because you know I wanted to get my brothers in here as well. You know, but Facebook is down, so it's not functioning. So can't really get them on. So anyway, if you look at it. Shout out to the people on the live chat. Shout out to Curtis Roland. So Luke and Sarah here, is Nigeria truly independent? Of course it is. You know, I mean, we make our own laws. You know, of course there is still some external power. You know, like the Western. You know, I understand how it works here. You know, all of these Western nations still have influence. You know, in their colony. You know. I mean, lots of francophone nations, people that speak French, they still pay what they call colonial tax to France. They still pay what you call colonial. They still pay what you call. They still pay what you call colonial tax to France. Nigeria don't pay that to UK. Why would we pay that, man? No. So those ones are partially independent. They're still controlled by France, still very much influenced by France. Nigeria is not like that, bro. We make our own decisions, we make our own law. It's just sad that a lot of our leaders don't take advantage of that. They are so greedy. Skirting board says those private jets are dangerous. I don't understand. How are they dangerous, bro? I don't understand. How are they dangerous? I don't understand. Kevin Ritchie Nelson says, please your IG handle so we can follow you. My IG handle is Boxing Block Center. And then just search for Boxing Block Center. You see me there, and search for Then DM me there, follow me there, DM me. Then I'll bless you for the fight. You have to be in a location where it's not accessible though. Like you're in the US and you don't want to pay for it, because we have to support our brothers, man. So if you don't have, like, if you're in a location where like it's not accessible, then yeah, I'll bless you with it for sure. Because you have to support these guys. They put their life on the line. So I know in Nigeria now there is no platform where people can watch it. So, or in many other countries as well. But I think they need to sort it out, bro. Like they need to sort it out. Water should be pressuring how are people going to watch this fight? He should be like telling this, telling how Heyman and those guys to make sure that they try to get a platform there that where people can watch this fight in countries that that have interest in him, because a lot of Nigerians they have interest in Nigeria. Nigeria has interest in Deontay Wilder now, so he's one of us. He's identified as one of us, so there's big interest there. That's why a lot of Nigerians are writing me and telling me that they want to. They want to watch the fight. They don't know what time is it and where to watch it. So they should get us sorted out. Water. This guy said water is. No, man. I don't want to read this stuff right here. It just want to say water is very. I don't know. What does this say here? No, let me not read it, bro. Not read it. It's not necessary now. You forgot. Lucan says you forgot Akpejere. I didn't forget Akpejere. Akpejere is like Akpejere is a prospect. He's still building his resume. And so he's a prospect. I don't forget. Why will I forget Akpejere? Akpejere is there. He has a lot to work on. I know that, and he's the future. I think he's in the future as well. Still building his resume. Building his resume and his record as well. His profile. Akpejere has a lot of support from Nigeria. There are lots of Nigerian celebrities that follow Akpejere, or athletes as well in the US. So Akpejere is coming up really fast, and that's why his next fight is fighting next November 6th. Yeah, so he's very active, and that's good for Akpejere. Another incoming KO. I expect that. CMD Boss Report says for some reason Wilder's right hand has no effect on Fury. Tyson Fury went 19 rounds with Wilder's right hand. It has no effect on him. Well, it depends on how you look at it. How much, like how many times did water landed? That's the thing. How many times did it land in those two fights they've had? It landed the right hand maybe 4 times. Okay, he dropped Fury with the right hand twice. So I mean, they landed like that because he like water, like he didn't disguise the right hand well. He didn't, like, he just let the right hand flow, and he was just looking. He didn't go in there with a game plan other than landing the right hand. See, if you go in there against Fury just for the purpose of landing the right hand, you might not get it, because Fury is a slick boxer. He's very dirty boxer. He uses all kinds of dirty tactics, to get you off your game. So Water has to go in there with a strategy, and it's gonna go in there with strategy, a game plan, which doesn't just mean which doesn't require his right hand like that. Of course, he's gonna use it at some point, but he doesn't have to rely on that, solely, Yeah, let me see it right here. So King Mustafa says, I think AJ is getting too comfortable with all the money he got. I don't see that hunger in him anymore. He might lose the rematch. Yeah, bro, like, I don't know if it's the money, though. I think it's the yes men, bro. When you have a lot of yes men, there are so many yes men, there are people that are scared to talk to Joshua, that only want to, because they believe that if they tell Joshua the real truth, Joshua will get him sacked. Joshua will not want to work with him. Joshua need people that are not yes men. Okay, he need people on the side that would tell him when he's not doing the things right that he needs to do, and just tell him the real truth. Not going in there and try to, pamper him like a baby or say, "Yo, you're doing it well. Why don't AJ?" Whilst it's not going well. It's just like when this trainer, like Joshua, actually thought he had won the fight after the bell rang in round 12. He was surprised that he won. He was surprised that he lost the fight. He was very surprised. Good look at it. He didn't believe it. He couldn't believe it. So that shows you what kind of people he has. He going in there with a game plan, a very stupid game plan, going in there to box Usyk. Usyk that is a supreme boxer, not even a good boxer. He's a supreme boxer. Meaning this guy had just, in fights, if you're beating Usyk in a boxing match, he will adjust quickly and, take you out of your game. The only way Usyk will not be able to take you out of a game is if you go there and impose yourself on him. Treat him as the smaller man that he is. Usyk is not a natural heavyweight. He's a cruiserweight, bro. I'm seeing a lot of comments here. Shout out to the people that have subscribed to the channel. I really appreciate you guys. Appreciate you for the support. Sule Temitokbe says AJ gas tank is bad too. AJ gas tank. I don't think his gas tank is that bad though. To be sincere with you, bro. Like I don't think the gas tank. Every fighter gets tired, including Fury. It's just that Joshua does not know how to hide it. When Joshua gas tank runs out or is running out, he doesn't know how to hide it. He's just like he can like in let's say in the 12th round when Joshua was almost stopped. He was just he stuck out his tongue and was just like kind of laughing in a way like that's inviting pressure. That's saying, listen, I'm done. Can't get me out of here. That's saying I can't take it anymore. So when Fury is tired, you don't see it. He doesn't show it. He take rounds off, and the way he does it is like, he knows how to hide it, so the opponent don't see it. Because if the opponent sees it or smell blood, it's gonna be out. He knows that. It's gonna be over. Yeah, bro. He needs to go to Big Ben and go train there. Ike Njoku says, I think AJ should learn how to switch on once he gets into the fight aggressively, mentally to his opponent by imposing himself as a heavyweight boxer. He's too sluggish as a heavyweight boxer. I don't think this is sluggish. He's not a sluggish fighter. He just doesn't know how to fight dirty like that. Joshua fights too clean. When you fight clean, like I know fighting clean is very nice. However, when you're in a hot soup, when you're inside a very hot a pot, for example, okay, and the water is boiling, you're inside, you have to develop a different strategy to get out. So Joshua doesn't know how to fight dirty in a way. He doesn't do it. He hardly does it. The only first time I see him do it was against Klitschko in 11th round. When he held Klitschko's head, held it and landed the uppercut. That's the only time I see him do it. That was good, but he doesn't do. He fights clean. I think the European style as well, hasn't really done him well in a way. Like the European style is good for the amateurs and everything, but it's not good for if you want to reign, for a very long time. You need to get you an American trainer. Okay, an American trainer. I just believe that American trainers are more experienced, more detailed, they've got more insight in boxing than the British trainers. Okay, it's one thing knowing how to, explain the tactics and explain when you're theoretical in nature in a way, like where you have the theory with you and that you explain everything, this is how it's done, this is how the style is, and when you put it into practice, it doesn't always work out. American trainers, they know how to put every tactics into practice. So that is why they are way ahead of the British trainers. It's just even Usyk's trainer. That guy, Usyk's trainer, Lomachenko's dad. He learned it from the Americans, huh? That style is not Ukrainian. He had to go America to learn it. With it from the best there. So Americans have got better trainers than the Europeans. That's a fact. The European boxing is good. European style of boxing is good. It's just for the amateurs. When you're coming up, it's good. But when you want to reign, when you want to have you want to reign for a long time, you want to be the top dog for a very long time, you've got to get yourself an American trainer, that knows the job, So not all American trainers will fit your style though, because every boxer has their own style. But there's always going to be one that will understand your style and will even, improve it the more. That's just how it is. Smith Santos says, bros, if FA win, who next for him? If Ajagba beats Fran Sanchez, who is next? And if Ajagba beats Fran Sanchez, he becomes one of the top heavyweights in the world. Okay, and I think he will have to go for a final eliminator then, or go for the number one ranked fighter. Ajagba, Ajagba's biggest test is this upcoming fight against Fran Sanchez, and if he gets through that fight, bro, Ajagba will be a different fighter, bro. Ajagba is a fighter that is going to be hard to beat. Once Ajagba knows, once Ajagba works on his, on his weaknesses, improve his style, bro, I don't know who beats Ajagba. I just don't know, bro. The guy's reach is something else. The guy's reach is 87 inches. It's like the longest, So this guy can basically just fight you with one hand, and still beat you. Maybe knock you out as well. But he has to master it. He has to improve on it, and he's improving on it. That's why that's one thing I have to give Ajagba. The guy does improve. He wants to improve as well. Martin C. Fine says, I will want you to watch Nelson and Adman's interview. I haven't watched it yet though. Sule Temitokpa said, let us wait and see the new Wilder. We do not know what we are going to get. Yes, that's true. But we are going to get a fighter who is going to be like all over Fury and will have no mercy for Fury. I want Wilder to fight dirty if possible. If necessary, let him fight dirty. Let him hit let him hit Fury's balls, man. Let him punch the balls, man. It's one of those things that Fury does to people as well. Guy's a dirty fighter, so do it to him as well. Both fighters can sleep. Joshua. I said both fighters can sleep. Joshua. Chin is not good. Joshua can hurt Wilder too. Yeah, it's one of those things that happens, bro. Yeah, yes, Wilder versus Usyk or Wilder versus Joshua. However, I'm quickly losing interest in Wilder versus AJ. I understand, but I think if Joshua gets his best back in style and Wilder hopefully beats Fury, because I want Fury out of this boxing game right now. This guy is he's not improving the division, bro. He's just yet to stall it, bro. So even as much as Fury is the better boxer, I just want Wilder to beat him, and Wilder at least will make the division exciting. I think, I just think so. I mean, with the politics as well with PBC and the tactics of not really making big fights happen as well. That's also a concern. But Wilder himself will make the division exciting, I think. Yeah. Joshua was Rocky Balboa in Rocky 3 before losing to Mr. T. AJ was smiling and posing with Usyk. I hate when AJ makes friends with the enemy right before going to war. I talked about it when Joshua took selfie with Usyk. I mean, why take a selfie with your opponent? I mean, I wasn't happy with that. The same thing he did when he fought Andre Regina the first time. He gave Andre Regina his belt. Why do that? Joshua, the on guard is not there anymore. I just don't know, bro, what happened. He needs to get it back. Yeah, man. See right here. You guys are funny. I'm reading some comment right here. Some people are really funny right here. Lucan. Oh, wow. Wait, is your WhatsApp working already? I still can't access mine though. I don't know if yours is working. If you guys, just let me know if your WhatsApp is working already. Because the Facebook is not working still. But we'll get to it though. This guy says I can't bet my money on Joshua because you don't know which Joshua you will get. I understand though, but I've not lost about. I still believe Joshua is a. I've not lost about Joshua. I'm not going to lose upon Joshua because I just believe that maybe he had a bad day. But being scared to get hit is concerning though. Like being scared to get hit is very concerning. It's one thing to say, okay, you don't want to get hit in a way, but when you get hit, you take it. And they always say no WhatsApp, Facebook, or Instagram. Yeah, bro. Like what is going on with this guy? Get it working. Oh my god, it's crazy. But anyway, it's one of those things I guess we have to respect. So frustrating. Yes, guys. I wish I could talk to you guys now, call you guys to give you a take, but I guess we can do it tomorrow then. When stuff is working again. Be interesting because we got more fight week updates. Wilder has been speaking, and Wilder has been speaking his mind. He's not going to let Fury off the hook. So we just can't wait, guys. God bless you all, and catch up with you guys very soon. Adewale, Tajagbe, and the rest. We have to do another live tomorrow as well. Talk about the fight. Break down tactics. Tomorrow is gonna be crazy. Wilder's he's already in Las Vegas. Is it Las Vegas or Los Angeles? Where's the fight taking place? Let me see. Las Vegas. Yeah, it's Las Vegas. I've seen it right now. Las Vegas. So, bro, can't wait, bro. I can't wait. Bomb Squad!